Hi, this is Ken Gidge, and this is The Art of Politics. And we're really the only show of its type because I'm considered a liberal Democrat, and I always try to bring in, Republicans are very difficult, in my opinion, and very conservative, and sometimes sometimes they're silly. But today, we have a special person who will be with us for 2 weeks, Representative Baldasaro. How are you?
Ken, it's a pleasure. You know something, I don't want to insult you on the liberal part, because that's the next closest thing to a socialist. But anyways, I'd say maybe a moderate you are.
Whoa, a socialist. Boy, this week has been one interesting week. It's probably, and I gotta tell you, I got sandbagged this week. I had 3 bills, okay? One was for disabled people.
Right.
One was a teacher's protection bill, and one was a bill for frivolous lawsuits. Now, for the disabled, a doctor and a nurse was coming in. For the frivolous lawsuits, there was going to be a lot of people there. And also for the teacher's, protection bill, there were going to be a lot of people there. They were all on the first and second day.
Wow.
How can you do that? It's impossible.
What's impossible?
I found out on a Friday that it was going to be on Tuesday and a Thursday.
So they didn't give you a notice then?
No notice.
Right. They did that that's the Democrat playbook, because they did the same thing to the Republicans. So that's why if you were a liberal, it wouldn't have happened to you. But you're a moderate.
Wait a minute. I'm not sure if it wasn't done last time with the Democrats, Republicans, because it was only the first and second day.
Right.
Okay,
we
so
scattered them
how
out.
do you, it comes out on a Friday, What are they supposed to do?
We scattered them out, and we also called people up. We called up the sponsors and let them know, hey, is this good for you, this good for you? I even talked to Robert Taberge, one of the chairman of my committee, and he says he calls people up. He said he even brought up the speaker, but some of the chairmen don't want to do it. They just threw up all them hearings there, and it really screwed up a lot of people.
Well, yes.
So it wasn't just you.
No,
it was all the Republicans.
I
they did it too.
And I went to the speaker and I said, look, nobody can get all these people together. I mean, these are disabled, for the stickers, and this is important stuff.
Right.
And so she said, well, I'll talk to them. So I called them, and they were very nice to me. I didn't go in for the disabled stickers. They passed it unanimously.
Oh, good.
So
they
to
didn't need
the house,
you then.
It's going to go to the.
Right.
So this is going to help the elderly. So if this was my last year, I would think that I did something good.
Right.
Do you agree?
Well, yeah, I would agree, but it's not that often, so we'll
it really isn't.
Right.
It really isn't.
We're fortunate, because naturally I whisper in your ear when you're sitting down in session, and I help you out and I get you on track and make sure that you're voting the right way. Yeah. I failed many times.
Listen, people can hear your voice, okay? He whispers and the speaker can hear him. I mean, you have that.
Well, I do try to whisper, but see, the thing is, some of you Democrat liberals, they go crying to the speaker that I intimidate them. I don't understand it.
Well, you are very intimidating.
Well,
you don't think so? I mean, you're a Marine, retired Marine?
Retired, 22-year U.S. Marine Corps First Sergeant. Right. So naturally, I could look some of you in the eye and say, hey, get with the program.
Scare the hell out of them.
That's it. Well, that's okay. Not my fault for their lack of security, of confidence in themselves. But anyways, hey, I came here. There's some issues to talk to you about.
Issues?
We.
Wait. I'm going to do your show next week, right?
That's right. You are coming on my show.
This is my show?
Oh, okay.
No, okay, go ahead.
No, but I we had an opportunity to sit on a committee together. I sat in for somebody as on the executive session in commerce.
Let us
You want to
explain.
explain?
Let us explain. Okay, we have committees. We have bills that come before us.
Right.
They can go into a subcommittee. Right. They can come back. We can have what is called a work session, and then an executive session where we vote on it.
We vote as a committee as a whole.
As a committee as a whole, then it sends it out to
Right.
the floor with how many vote for it,
Right.
5 to 15 or whatever. Now, some Republicans weren't there, so
Well,
you came
it wasn't
in
that
as
they
a
weren't
Republican.
there. They were sick. They had to be out for a week before you can replace them. So, like, I replaced Ron Bellinger, who's been sick for the last few month or so. So that's why I was put in there. You got to be out for 5 days. That's the ruling. So I'll probably be in again on the gun bill coming up, and I'm hoping we have your support there to protect the interests of New Hampshire, live free or die state. on that
Well,
one.
we will talk about that because we can do the whole show. Maybe we should do the whole show on the gun bill anyway.
No, we got to get into freedom of speech and other liberty
No.
issues. Don't make me pull the Constitution out on you. I know you guys get scared. It's like putting the cross again.
Well, I have seen you in action, and I've seen you get really, really mad at people, okay?
You see me on the floor?
No, I've seen you get mad at people where I thought somebody should step in between because you were really upset. This has happened to you, correct?
No, not getting
No,
upset.
look, I'm not saying
Like what? Give me
hitting
an
it,
example.
but I'm saying get so mad.
No, I don't get mad. I get even. I can smile and get even at the same time. It's like being a Marine First Sergeant, and just telling somebody to get down and give me 50. Let them run their mouth for a few minutes, talk all your lax, no facts, nothing. And they think that we're supposed to say, oh, okay, yeah, that's good for the people. Tax them. Take their guns. Take their money. Don't worry.
I believe Channel 9 does have recordings of
Channel 9 loves me.
losing it a couple times.
I don't. Oh no, that's actually not losing. That's my way of speaking.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
You
your
think I'm losing,
interpretation.
right.
But the interpretation for everyone else is crazy guy on the loose.
No, that's the way I speak. I mean, because I have that Marine Corps presence and a presence of authority, and other people around me get intimidated. They say, "Oh, he's mad." That's because maybe mom didn't smack you enough or whatever when you were a kid.
Here we go.
I don't know. You know what I
right.
mean? And toughened you up or something.
Okay,
That's
so
not my fault.
This has to do with guns, and we'll talk
Right.
about guns because you did come into the committee.
Yes,
and
I did.
we had a talking about guns, etc.
Right.
Now, after this is over, and there was a gentleman there who was really mouthy.
I know. Yeah, there was a couple.
Really,
There was a few.
mouthy.
Right.
This guy was really irritating. I'm sitting on the committee.
Are you talking the one in the committee room, or your first hearing, or the one that was in the
No, the one that was
legislative
in the committee.
Okay,
room.
right.
There are cameras in there, and the gun people with their,
Right.
and he's so mouthy.
Wait, the gun people with their, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's their tag.
Okay, but they no guns and nothing like that.
No,
I mean, you made it.
no,
I thought
no.
you made it sound like the six-gun
course
city
not.
or something.
Of course
okay.
not. But let's put it this way: the worry was that this meeting was going to get so heated that they sent police up. One stood out. Two
Who sent
stood
the police
outside.
up? You want to know why? That was your chairman. He felt insecure because he's seen real live Americans coming in who like to shoot, who like guns, that like to protect themselves, and the Democrats were intimidated, thinking something was going to happen.
And anyone out there listening to this, here's one of the gentlemen. I mean, you're a good person, all right.
Well, we
But
both.
when you see people and hear people yelling, okay, and screaming,
I didn't hear no yelling and
and
screaming.
in your face, guess what? All right, it's probably the protection for everyone. But let me tell you about
I
this.
didn't see this here.
Well,
What did I miss? I didn't hear the yelling and screaming. I was there the whole time.
Of course you didn't. This is what you're a Republican. You didn't hear it. You're a gun believer no matter what. Live or die.
If I felt that there was reason to believe that somebody was in immediate danger, I would have been there to protect
Oh
them.
no.
You know what I mean?
No.
But the yelling, the screaming, I didn't hear that.
Well-
I heard loud voices. Let's rephrase what you know on the words we're using.
Loud
I
voices.
heard some loud voices talking over there.
that completely
Right.
stopped the hearing.
When did it stop?
Yeah.
The hearing?
All right. Well, anyway.
But let's move on.
This
I mean,
guy
yeah.
was all right.
Let's
so-
talk about the bill
No,
and what
let-
they
let
want
me-
to do.
Let me finish, okay?
I know you want to duck away from that one.
Yeah, there we go.
The half hour will be up,
Okay.
but we're still getting to it.
Will you shut up? Let me get this. So, this guy comes. I'm sitting down, and I'm sitting down next to a Republican. I mean, a Republican, and we're just sitting there. And the meeting's over, and this guy comes over, and he starts talking to me directly, and he says, "Well, you know, they brought the people down from Newtown, the husband and wife, and they brought them down. They don't belong here in New Hampshire. And what have they got to do with anything anyway? They should have in Newtown. They should." And I almost got up and said, pulled him across the desk and said, "Wake up. Their little girl was shot to death.
Yes.
They have the right to go around, all right, and to speak to people about guns, if you agree or you don't agree."
That's right. No,
This is
I
the
agree.
First time, and I sat down. I was saying, I said, "Oh, I think they lost a little girl." Well, I thought that was going to end it. And he goes, "Well, so what?" And it was the first time out of my 6 years I almost reached across and pulled a person and said, "Their daughter was killed." All right, now you'd like to talk about guns.
Okay, now, first of all, you had a temporary setback because what you just talked about, the Newtown, happened in Legislative Hall when I was not on the committee then. I just want to help you out your memory, okay? The Newtown.
No, you don't have to help my.
I know.
We're not talking then. We're talking about the other day.
The other
when
day,
you were there.
But no, I was there, but I wasn't on the committee then. I started the conversation about being on the committee with you in Commerce for the executive session.
And you were in
and
Commerce.
then you said, "Well, let me explain the executive session." So you took away 3 minutes on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get back to forget about what happened in Legislative Hall. Let's get back in the Commerce section, okay, in the room. I was there when all them people came in. Somebody came in from Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C. Yeah. You had people from all over New Hampshire coming in for that gun bill.
That's right.
And what did the Democrats do? We canceling the meeting. We're going to reschedule. We're going to go back to a subcommittee. They all came there to hear a vote. It was scheduled. That was one of the most disrespectful things. And I know it wasn't you. Your chairman should have known better.
I was in on that caucus.
That should have never, ever happened.
No, wait a minute. I was in on that caucus. And there was an amendment, all right, that went too far both ways.
Right.
We could not come in and do that amendment to this bill.
Rumor has it you didn't have the votes. You got scared. Your chairman. That's what rumor has it.
Not true.
Somebody was in that caucus. We have rumors.
No, because it's going to go to another committee anyway.
Yes.
So a Republican would vote Republican. Democrat would vote Democrat.
Well,
okay.
Actually, not really. Because I have to admit, there are some Democrats that support gun rights. Not all Democrats go against guns.
We all support gun rights.
Well, I won't say that.
It's you guys are so wacky when it comes to guns. Look, is there any bill at all? Is there any reason to have any type of a law regarding guns?
I'm not even going to go to the U.S. Constitution. I'm just going to read a section, which most people in New Hampshire...
No, I'm asking you a question.
Is there any what?
You
no, because no gun laws should not be infringed.
Nothing at all.
Because
no background checks.
No, we have background checks.
No, I mean...
We already have laws in place. Why are you trying to fix something that's not broken? We have background checks. Look at what happened to the two ladies.
We have background checks.
Look at the two ladies in Portsmouth.
Now let me see.
Can you let me finish for a second?
Yes, go ahead.
The two ladies in Portsmouth just got busted. They got their background checks, they bought guns, and they were shipping them out of country. Those ladies were breaking other laws, okay? Oh, my medicine, that's okay. They were breaking other laws.
Yeah, I know
but what I'm saying is we have background checks. I just bought 2 rifles yesterday. I filled out the Nixon form
Where'd
there.
you buy them?
I bought them at a gun store in my town. I filled out the forms. Now at the gun show, when you buy them off the dealers at the gun show, you have to fill out the forms.
Dealers.
The dealers, yes.
Now, private sales.
Like me to you.
You don't have to.
You're right. Me to you because the law states in there.
They're under this building.
Right.
Well, that's what the law states. We're trying to get it so anyone who walks through the door, because they're selling them out in the parking lot too.
Right.
All right. Anybody who walks. Of course they
they're
are.
selling them illegal guns out in the parking lot.
Well, they're selling guns, period.
But don't you know they're breaking the law if they're doing that?
You're right.
They're breaking the law, but you want to put another law.
They're not breaking a law if they go in, okay? Now, here's a dealer who has to play by the rules.
Right.
Here's someone off the street who wants to sell 1 or 2 guns.
Right.
Brings it to the gun show, pays whatever fee they pay to get in.
Right.
All right. They can sell me a gun who is a nutcase, well, I'm not, but if I was a nutcase,
That's not true.
and they can get away with it where the gun dealers can't.
Are you getting
They
that from
must
the liberals,
do.
socialists, the Hitlers, or are you getting that from
no, wait, is that the
the
truth?
moderates?
Is that the truth? Can people go in there and sell guns without giving background checks to everybody?
No, because the law says you have to
No,
know that
if
person.
you are,
At the gun shop. Read the law, the 195, I think, point 6 or
beg your
7.
pardon?
Read the law. Now,
I bet. Excuse me. So all they
Why would
wait a minute.
somebody go
all
there?
they wanted to do was set up a law whereby anybody selling a gun at a gun show would have to have a check, the same as a dealer. So the dealers are upset, which I don't blame them, because they feel like they're paying the price for this. All right. And part of the bill was they had to give it to the dealer had to give it, back to them, and the dealer had to do a background check. It got very complicated.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why we pull that bill. It was too ridiculous.
That's right. Because
Too restraining.
the bill right now is going to cost each. If I wanted to sell one of my guns to somebody, I've got to go to a dealer, okay? Somebody that I know, knowing, that the law says you have to know that person, okay? If I sold a gun there to somebody, that means I got to go to the dealer. I got to pay that dealer $43 or $45 to do. He's got to put it in his stock, do the transfer, run the NICS form, and then
The NICS form is?
Is the form that I can't. There's a nomenclature on it. The form
It's
that you
checking
use,
out to see if
checking
you have
out
any
to see if you
felonies,
have.
etc.
Now,
Okay.
long rifles go to the federal government. This is how it is.
You bring this point, and I'm trying to tell you that's part of the amendment that was in the process of being changed.
But
nobody thought that was the
what I'm
right thing
saying
to
is,
do. And you guys go nuts.
No, it's not that we go nuts. If you take a look at Michigan, Detroit, Washington, D.C., Chicago, they all got these laws.
Why don't we stay here in New Hampshire?
No, because you got to look at what you're going to do.
Let's stay here in New Hampshire.
Look what you're going to do to New Hampshire.
Excuse me.
They have all these strong gun laws, okay, restrictions, everything. And look at the crime, look at the murders, everything. New Hampshire is one of the safest states in the country. You want to fix something that's broke. Oh, somebody might get hurt. The sky might fall down. That's your mentality, the granny mentality.
The granny mentality.
That's right.
Well, Mr. Baldasaro.
That's representative.
Let us, Representative. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Representative.
Like that Marine wing.
Let us make it really clear, because I
we are friends, you know what I mean? So they don't think we're going at it. But
no,
yeah,
that's perfectly all right.
I don't leave any bruises
when my
on them.
partner, Mr. O'Brien shows up, we kind of go at it also. But let us just get this straight, because I think it's really important. I don't think people really understand why you guys go really berserk over any type of.
I'm going to tell you why when you're done.
I am going to just say it, and you agree or disagree. Quite simply, in the Constitution, one of the reasons why they put it in where everyone had the ability to own the gun was because they didn't have enough guns when they were being taken over by, let's say, the English as an example.
You were there.
Yeah, well, they didn't have enough guns. Some guns were taken away from people. That's the reason why it was in our Constitution.
Okay.
Now, the only reason why it was there is that very reason of if your government goes rogue, you as a citizen has the right to disband it any way you can. And if you don't have an AK-47 or a dozen of them,
What's wrong with those?
you can't. Well, they're saying we're using for deer hunting.
No.
And
the
the
guns have nothing to do with
AK-47
hunting.
is for what?
Guns have nothing to do with hunting. I'm not a hunter. And I have rifles. I have pistols. I'm not a hunter.
Okay, what is it for?
It's for protection. It's for, I enjoy shooting. I love the art of going out in my yard and shooting. My wife shoots. My kids shoot. My sons have guns. Many people in New Hampshire teach safety. I'm going to read something here from 1784.
No. Well,
Can I educate you?
I let you spur it
Okay.
on. Let us just get this straight.
Are you
so
scared of-
everybody understands. That's the only reason why you guys go nuts over this.
No, it's a
because
constitutional
the
issue.
Constitution of the United States says everyone has the right to own a gun.
No,
and the government
That's
cannot
not
take it
true.
away from them.
That's not
That's
true.
in the Constitution of the United States. That's what you guys go
Before
for.
I get
so
to
it makes you sound like malicious, so you don't do that.
Can I educate you before I even get
No,
to the
you can't.
Constitution?
Yes, you may.
On FBI statistics. And I read this in your committee there, and some of them are, what'd you say? Okay? In 2011, there was 12,664 people were killed, murdered throughout the country.
How?
hammers.
How?
With hammers, with knives. Hammers were 469 times. Knives were used 1,694 times. Fist and feet were used 728 times. Rifles were used only 323 times. Now, this is the FBI
Handguns
statistics.
were what? Handguns?
Okay?
You got handguns there?
Handguns, let me go here. Handguns were used 6,220 times. This is throughout.
Wait,
now,
hold on.
Throughout the whole country.
Hammers 400 times,
Wait.
600 times. Knives 700. And we got
When
6,000
I'm
with
trying
guns.
why I brought these statistics was because we can.
But you weren't going to give me the handguns unless I asked for
No, you didn't let me finish. You always cut me off.
That's right.
You're just like the speaker, always interrupted.
Oh.
You're just like the speaker of the House, the bully. But anyways, let me finish.
Oh my
okay?
God.
But what I'm trying to say, in China there were no guns. They got more murders with knives
Will
in
you
hands.
stop
But
China?
I want you to understand.
Will you stay here in the state of New
Because
Hampshire?
the
And this is what
historical
Republicans
data.
do. Republicans do this all the time. Stay in the state of New Hampshire.
We do
You
not want our country like other countries.
You do not. All right. I have asked every
Mm-hmm.
Republican this question. I say you may have a gun.
Which I do.
All right. We do not want mentally ill people to have guns.
I agree.
So we do everything we
agree.
can do to stop mentally people having guns, including
I
going
agree.
over and taking it away from them.
I agree.
All right. Now,
Republicans agree with that.
okay. Now,
But how do you get there?
a gun manufacturer has come out with a gun that has a palm print. You put your hand on the gun, you can fire the gun. I hand it to you, you can aim at my head and
can't
it won't
fire
go
it,
off.
right.
A child, it can't happen.
Right.
It can't. Nobody can do it. And if you want your wife palm print on it, the chip will put on 3 palm prints. Maybe one of your children. will do it.
Get
Now
your
the
point.
question I
Get your
have
point
to
with
ask
this,
you,
what you mean by
why
it.
do you object to this?
I don't object. They can sell guns like that, but don't take my guns that don't have them.
No.
You don't object to that.
No one said that. But you would go for a bill that any gun sold
You don't
in New
need a
Hampshire
bill.
after a period of time, let's say 10 years, 5 years from now, that you would have to possess, if you possess a gun.
I couldn't do that
Why?
because all the guns that are in the system now, like my guns, would be against the law. What are you going to grandfather them?
No. These are all grandfather. Let's get this straight.
Yeah, but you guys don't grandfather nothing. You always make it illegal, and you want to make
Well,
criminals
wait
out
a
of
minute.
law-abiding
Wait.
citizens.
So my point is this: guns are going to exist like this,
Yes.
all right? And they're going to work almost as good as the guns themselves work, because we all know guns don't work all the time.
Are guns
Now,
an issue in New
why
Hampshire?
would you be against that?
Can you show me where guns are an issue in New Hampshire? Why are you trying to fix something that's broken in other states?
Why
Chicago.
Why do we need a tragedy? Why do we need a tragedy before the Republicans wake up and say, we've got to do something?
Because
you guys don't want to do anything.
Because once you guys take the guns, before you know it, the knives, you're going to have a permit for a knife.
Come
Before
on.
the knives, because
Why
all
do
the
that?
murders with the hammers,
Yes, I know.
you're going to need
I
a
know.
permit.
Pretty soon
for
we'll
the
get down to
hammer.
the rocks.
That's right. But
You
I'm
know what I
saying,
mean?
you guys are
Pretty
so
soon
screwed
we'll
up, I don't
have
understand
to have our
it.
hands tied behind us. So
Every time
this
is-
is the Republicans. The Democrats go, no
But
one's
this-
trying to keep your guns. And by the way, we all know who has sold more guns in the United States, don't we? For
More
2 years
guns?
in a row.
I don't know, Texas?
Who has sold more?
Probably Texas?
No.
Texas got
Barack
beat by a
Obama.
long shot. Oh, Barack Obama, yeah.
Barack Obama
That's your president.
is the
liberal.
only president who signed
That's
it
right.
into law that you can carry your gun on
what?
in parks.
You gotta
No, in parks around the United States where they weren't allowed before. Reagan didn't even do that.
Wasn't that done
But
by law?
Obama,
He had no choice. Wasn't that done by law? He had no choice.
excuse me.
Okay.
He
The
didn't
pre-
veto
he
it.
had so much. That's right, but it wasn't his
You
choice.
guys,
Can I read something?
No,
to
it
you?
is his choice.
Can I read
But
something to you?
Has he ever tried to stop
Listen,
guns
yeah.
people from buying guns?
no, because he's selling them to the enemy. And they're killing American
He's selling
Border
them
Patrol.
to the enemy,
They-
and they're killing Border Patrol.
Did they kill
Why-
Border
Why
Patrols?
don't you?
Did Border Patrol get killed with weapons that were
Alright,
sold to
and
the
so
cartels?
let's go to
Did
Reagan.
that happen?
Did Reagan, when he sold
Okay,
guns,
let me get back to the
drugs for
Constitution.
guns so we can overthrow a government? I mean, come on. You want to go one-on-one?
Ollie Knott said he couldn't confirm or
Ollie,
deny.
no.
Hey, I want to read something to you.
Downstairs.
Hey, since 1784 in New Hampshire, most people never read this here. All men have certain natural, essential, and inherited rights, among which are the enjoying and defending life and liberty, acquiring, possessing, and protecting property, and in a word, of seeking and obtaining happiness. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by this state on account of race, creed, color, sex, or national origin. Now, if I can go real quick, this is a quick one.
Go ahead.
Now, that was 1784.
Okay.
This was an article, constitutional change in 1982, the bearing of arms, Article 2A. All persons have the right to keep and bear arms in defense of themselves, their families, their property, and the state. It's in black and white.
And as you mentioned, we've got guns, excuse me, we've got knives, and we've got rocks, and we've got hammers killing people,
Yes,
and knives.
that's right.
But 6,000
Let me go to the other ones here, because they all add up. You got murders with other weapons not stated, well, which there's about 853 there. You know, it could not guns, but there are other weapons.
Threw people in front of cars.
Now listen, asphyxiation,
We have
89.
1 minute,
Drowning,
60
85.
seconds.
Narcotics,
60
29.
seconds.
Just to give
You
you an
do a
idea,
show.
I want to make sure.
You're going to come back next week.
I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about this
We're
again.
going to continue this.
Because I'm not going to let this go.
All right, we're going to continue with this.
Are you a socialist or a moderate?
Now, do you have a website, or do you have
I do, www.albaldasaro.com. And I'm in the phone book. Call me anytime.
Okay, and my name is Ken Gidge. You can go to Gidge World, which is a website, or you can get me at 603-864-9332. Thank you. Next week, Representative Baldasaro again. See you.